I'm Alan Spears with Occupy Democrats, and in some incredibly hilarious breaking news, Tomi Lahren, the right-wing nutcase and MAGA sympathizer, just conducted an interview with the MSNBC analyst Tim Miller, where she basically tried to defend Donald Trump and his record, and as you might have guessed, it horribly backfired. Now, during this interview, Lahren and Miller have a bit of a back and forth as they basically take turns going after the other's candidates. However, as Lahren attempts to defend Donald Trump and his record, it horribly backfires and she makes herself look like a complete and total fool. So go ahead and see for yourself how Lahren desperately tries to defend Donald Trump and completely fails at doing so.
George Floyd riots. She said people have every right to be out there. Don't expect it to stop. They shouldn't let up. She talked about reimagining policing, reimagining what ICE looks like. I mean, to say that she's anti-police, I'm not going off of that because I pulled it out of a coconut tree. I'm pulling it out of her own clips of her own voice saying it out loud proudly. So if she's changed her position and now she's suddenly pro-police, and she doesn't think policing needs to be reimagined, and she doesn't want to abolish ICE, then don't you think she needs to articulate that to us?
Yeah, and I think she is. I mean, I think that you're just trying to find things to be unhappy about because you've got to defend your man after, he instigated a riot at the Capitol and tried to overturn the election. You got to find things to attack the other person on.
Talk about living in the past, my friend.
She was a district attorney. She's pro-police. What's
okay,
over?
Well, January 6th is far long
It's
gone.
not really over because he's still lying about the 2020 election. He's still advancing the lie that led to the attack on the Capitol. So it's not over. Police there. You want to be like, oh, Kamala's anti-police. Really? Donald Trump instigated a riot at the Capitol where 100+ police were injured. He won't apologize for it. He's happy about it. He wants to pardon and get out of prison the people that attacked the cops at the Capitol. That guy's not pro-police, and he was asked about this recently in an interview, and he went back down. He said the thing that really upset him was the lefty protesters that injured that painted the marble at the Capitol. And as a builder, he's really upset about the marble. He's not upset about the cop that lost his eye. Donald Trump hasn't called him. He hasn't called Brian Sicknick's family. Like, give me a break.
Well,
I don't like this whole Kamala's anti-police. Donald Trump is anti-police.
Brian Sicknick did not die because of January 6th. So
really? Oh, it's just a coincidence? Or just a quinky dink that there was a riot at the Capitol and one of the officers there died?
Yeah, because he suffered a medical emergency, I believe a stroke, after that event.
Yeah. So you think a stroke would have happened if he was just sitting there minding his own business, doing
People have strokes all the time. People have strokes all the time.
All right, Tom.
But
yeah, you're really pro-police. I love how you're showing your pro-police cards by diminishing
there are a few people on planet Earth that are as pro-police as I am. And if you want to look at the record, I was very vocal on January 6th. And every day since January 6th, I have condemned it loudly. Go check out my Instagram.
You're for the person that wants to pardon all the people that committed
Donald Trump doesn't want to pardon the people that took part in anything violent. The people that were simply at the Capitol.
Has he said that?
The
Can you
people
show
that
me
were
that? I would love.
He has.
I would love to apologize and be wrong. Please show me where Donald Trump said he's not planning on pardoning the people that were violent and attacking police.
He's clarified. He's clarified that the people that were just at the Capitol that day, that didn't do anything, should not be thrown in the gulag. Okay.
It really does make you question how Republicans can function with such a high degree of cognitive dissonance, as their values and what they say seem to be two radically different things. But I think Miller was actually spot on when he said these people are desperate to find anything to be unhappy about with Harris because their candidate, Donald Trump, is such a miserable failure. And do I really even need to mention the fact that those people that were there during January 6th were not just tourists walking around checking out the Capitol? No, they were rioters incited by the former president. It really does get exhausting, surely, to have to constantly stand up and just lie through your teeth like so many of these Republicans do. And keep in mind that they turn on you at a moment's notice. Hell, Tomi Lahren herself is no paragon of Republican values, as she was cast aside for speaking her mind about women's bodily autonomy. This sort of rhetoric, though, that we're seeing from Tomi Lahren and from other Republicans, we can only expect this to only get worse the closer we get to November, unfortunately, because it is becoming increasingly clear that Republicans are desperate. Trump's campaign is spiraling out of control. They're flailing, desperate to try to find something to stick against Harris and Walz. But I believe that Americans are sick and tired of the dour nature that Trump and his gang constantly project, and instead are choosing to embrace this message and campaign of hope and joy that Harris and Walz have managed to bring, and it is so very much appreciated. But as always, it does not matter what the vibes are, it matters what the votes are. So make sure that you register to vote if you haven't already, and make sure you mark your calendars Tuesday, November 5th.